Hello everybody! Today I will go over the dialog or modal that come with the browser, and today I will focus more on the Angular way how to use it, because I think that especially for the dialog it's relevant for developers that using frameworks, how to use it and where are the benefits of it. For this I have created a small template or like a project in Angular. I'm using here Angular 17, which means if you're using a newer one, you can of course also do the same. I have here like a project. We'll quickly run it in the console and hopefully you can then follow with it. We'll also open a browser that shows our current page. My preparation kind of including different examples of the app. That means or different modals I will go over now, and hopefully you can kind of understand where the usages are. First of all, I have here a base modal, similar like the explanation in the last video. I have the basic modal, I have a small text, and here, like the Angular stuff starting, because this dialog here, relatively simple, better styled than the last video, but that's not that important. And you can see like the base modal, you have a text and you have a close button. So, how you now can use the modal. Here in that example, I really go over the way without any form. In Angular, you kind of getting the element by like a few child, and you can then use this to open the modal. That's the way how it is used here. You click on this button here and it triggering the open base modal. This one then triggering the show modal on the native element. That's like the browser way to open the dialog. We also have two different dialogs, but first of all, this is the button, and the button here triggering the modal.close, which then like getting the element in that way from the reference in the HTML. Okay, now the other ones I have created a component for, because I want to show different examples and how you could handle that. Here we have a dynamic modal. Looks pretty much the same as the other one. We have here a dynamic modal. This one is again a dialog, have an ng content for a title and a content, and have again the close modal. If you now check out, we have here the use component. We have the modal title, and the content. If we like renaming it here, save it and open it, you see it instantly changing it, because this component, like using the dialog that comes from the browser, but with the benefit that you can put data into it. What happens here is that again we opening the dialog here and closing it here, and that's all. The next thing that we go over is the form modal. You are a front-end developer working with Angular? I have created a course for everyone wanting the latest info on Angular 17 and 18. It covers built-in control flow, standalone components, signals, migrating to Angular 17, and building an app from scratch. The course is in the description. Here you can see that there's no that much into that. there's only like one output of the component, the on-form modal close with an event. That's all. But now the interesting part happens, because in the form modal, you can see it here, we have some data that has to be inputted, and you can see that if it is invalid, it disables the submit button, and if you click on close, it closes the dialog. The important thing that eventually could be helpful for you is how you could handle formulas inside of dialogs or modals. In that example here, we have a good amount of HTML to show the title, the email, and then here on the bottom, 2 buttons. The submit, get disabled if the form is invalid, and that's pretty much it. If you now go into TypeScript, we getting the view child, the dialog, and we have the output. On open, it's pretty much the same as the other dialog. The important thing here now is that on the close modal, that happens when we clicking on the close button, it closing the dialog and then checking out, like this is kind of like a function that get used for the submission and for the canceling. We getting the result action, and if the action equal the submitted, we putting inside of the results the data. If not, we kind of resetting the formula, and after that we emitting that result, and that's pretty much it. And if we now checking out the TypeScript file from the kind of component that using this dialog, it goes into that function here and checking out if it is submitted or cancelled, and if it is closed, you see like there's something happen. But if the action is not submitted, it will not like following that code structure. I will provide that code in a GitHub repository with the next videos that I specifically going into Angular. For some examples or tutorials, I will not go into the Angular specifics, but I think for the modal, I pretty much like it to show it in a use case instead of like only going over the JavaScript type of stuff. Hopefully you liked the video, and hope you subscribe to the channel and get the next videos.